Folks, it's time for a change-up. Welcome to the first ever edition of the Midweek Wrap-Up UK.
Oh, shit. Yeah, we got a whole lot of NXT, especially with them uploading 2 episodes of NXT UK. So let's get into it, starting with regular NXT, where we had Bianca Belair defeat Mia Yim in the opening contest. Hanson and Kyle O'Reilly were decided to be the representatives for their respective War Games teams, decided which team would have advantage. We had a couple of videos, the Kairi Sane versus Shayna build-up, the Alistair versus Johnny. Matt Riddle was talking about how, so far NXT's been great. He had his debut, and he's just been having a good old time. And then Cassius is like, hey, man, I came up to you last week, and that was supposed to be like a challenge. You're supposed to want to fight me. And Matt Riddle's like, nah, I'm cool. And Cassius is just real mad that Matt Riddle doesn't want to play with him. That sounded weird. Lacey Evans defeated Carissa Rivera and then talked about how the rest of the NXT Women's Division are nasties, how the people are nasties, and she's a lady.
The role model.
The role model, yes. And then in the main event, with a little bit of help and some distractions, Kyle O'Reilly won advantage for Undisputed Era by defeating Hanson with a tag title shot to Hanson's head. So now it'll be... Undisputed Era will have the first added entrant into War Games once the War Games match starts. Then on 205 Live, we had Gulak and Gallagher defeat Kendrick and Tozawa. We had the title match weigh-in with Mustafa Ali and Buddy Murphy. They got into a shoving contest, and we had both of them speak a little bit later on in the show. Lucha House Party defeated a couple of jobbers, and then Maria had some foreboding words for Lucha House Party, saying that apparently TJP and Mike Kanellis still have a lot to offer as far as beating up Lucha House Party. And she told them to tell Gran Metalik good luck in his match against TJP next week because she's looking forward to it. I can't tell if she's flirting or threatening. I'm not sure.
I just want to know why, if she's, because from the sounds of it, looks like she's going to be there.
Yeah.
More than likely, Mike and Maria will be in TJP's corner.
More than likely.
Why couldn't she just say good luck herself then? Just right then and there.
Because...
Do we really need Kalisto and Lindsay telling him good luck a full week in advance?
Well, she wanted to make sure that it was a week in advance.
Oh.
And she doesn't have his number, so...
Alright, well...
And then in the main event, Cedric Alexander defeated Leo Rush with a lumbar check. Then we start episode 7 of NXT UK, where Triple H announces the NXT UK Women's Tournament. We have 8 ladies all vying for the championship, and that will begin on episode 8. We had Jordan Devlin defeat Sid Scala, and then Jordan Devlin just started talking shit about El Ligero. And now we're going to have a match between those two next week on one of the episodes. We had a Tyson T-Bone vignette. He'll be debuting in our next episode. Saxon Huxley and Joseph Connors defeated Amir Jordan and Kenny Williams in tag team action. Trent Seven commented back about Zach Gibson. He's like, hey, you want to talk some trash, but that's fine. If you hate Zach Gibson, take your shoe off. Already done.
If you hate Gibson, shoes off.
Anyway, this will lead to our main event next week, and we'll talk about that in a second. Tyler Bate defeated James Drake, and in the main event, Wolfgang defeated Ashton Smith. Then on episode 8, we began the women's tournament with Dakota Kai eliminating Nina Samuels. Mark Andrews and Morgan Webster are potentially going to be a tag team, looking for those NXT Tag Team Gold. Ashton Smith got into a confrontation with Saxon Huxley wasn't on this week. Ashton Smith was talking about how it was unfortunate that he lost to Wolfgang, but Eddie Dennis got in his face, and he's like, hey, a rough start, right? Hasn't been that rough for me, so maybe you should watch my match next week. He might watch it. Then Tyson T-Bone defeated Jake Constantino, and he's like, really? This is it? This is the best? Then Dave Mastiff came out and said, no. This is the best. Watch me. Then Dave Mastiff defeated Dan Maloney. Sid Scala says he needs one more chance to really make a name for himself, and he's going to go talk to Johnny Saint about getting that one last chance. Jinny eliminated Millie McKenzie from the NXT Women's Tournament, and in the main event, Zach Gibson defeated Trent Seven with a little bit of help from James Drake. And then Mustache Mountain, Tyler Bate was at ringside, was attacked by James Drake, and then both of them were attacked by all three Scots. The Coffee Brothers and Wolfgang laid a beating on Mustache Mountain. And that is it for the midweek UK review NXT No More Lucha Underground show. What did you like about this week?
A lot.
It was a good 4 shows.
Yeah, my like is going to be Zach Gibson versus Trent Seven.
All right. Solid match.
Very solid. Two very experienced gentlemen.
Yeah. He still has his shoe off. He's not giving any like. Well, wait a second.
I like the match.
Okay, you like the match, but you still hate Gibson.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Understand.
They're both great wrestlers, great storytellers. They did a really, really good job, and it was kind of refreshing because like the whole other rest of the like episode, or at least the 2 men's matches on the episode were just very, very fast and straightforward, and like, Mastiff's had 3 matches so far,
and he just squashes.
But literally, it's the exact same moves every single match too. And then T-Bone's match, not to say that T-Bone's not a great wrestler or a good wrestler, but like...
But his was also a squash match.
Yeah, and it was literally like 99% strikes.
Yes.
So...
He's got some good strikes, I'll give him that. But yeah, it's hard.
It was a good refresher because then we came up like 3rd round of the men's action, and it was like a good wrestling match.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the tenure on both of those guys just lends to it as well. I'm going to give my like to Cedric Alexander versus Lio Rush on 205 Live. Lio Rush, I don't feel like has had much of a chance to showcase what he's able to do, and someone like Cedric Alexander was a perfect person to put him against. And not only that, but Cedric Alexander is a good person to deliver Leo's first singles match loss to. Great story build, fantastic action all the way through. A little bit of a couple little moves that didn't quite work out, but they were able to fix it, and it was just a fantastic showcase of both of these guys' athleticism. Lio Rush, I feel like, with as good as he is now at age 24, he's sky's the limit for him as far as 205 Live and cruiserweight action is concerned. What did you love?
I'm gonna go with Kyle O'Reilly versus Hanson.
Yeah.
Great match. Fun to see everybody in the entire War Games match get involved.
Yep.
And nobody get disqualified. Ricochet's little surprise pop through the ring dive on everyone.
Yeah,
while I was talking about
he's
it.
He's in the midst of going, okay, I want to see Ricochet run down, pass everybody up, get in the ring, and oh shit, he's already out there.
Yeah.
That was so much fun. Yeah. Okay. So I want to know. We talked about it we talked about it last week, or at least the week before. Did they deliver on? Did they do the right kind of build for War Games for you?
Yeah. No, it's not bad. I like that they used a match to determine.
Yeah.
That's a very WWE thing to do.
Better or worse than a coin toss?
It's for me, it's neither here nor there.
Okay.
The coin toss is like a lot more traditional.
Yeah.
The only thing that the biggest difference is the coin toss just comes off as unbiased.
Fair.
And so it's just completely 50-50 of who gets the advantage or not, which, I think 99 times out of 100 it goes to the heels.
Yeah.
This one, it's just kind of like they had to like try and pick like, oh, who do we think is our best guy? Like, who's got the best chance of winning?
Yeah.
They send in Kyle O'Reilly. They send in Hanson.
It was funny watching Hanson being picked too.
Yeah, they go at it, and then we realize like, oh, awesome, Undisputed Era gets the advantage. Good for them, but the match and the way it progressed proved that they didn't get the advantage because Kyle O'Reilly didn't like flat out beat Hanson without like shenanigans.
Yeah, he had to use the title. He had to have the other 3 members out there to help him. And I think you've got people like the War Raiders preparing for a cage match. If weapons get involved like they did last year, it's not going to have the same effect as the tag titles did in this match.
Yeah.
So does that really put the advantage with Undisputed Era? So, yeah. I'm excited for it.
Especially with the size deficiency.
Oh, absolutely. Hanson himself dwarfs every member of of the Undisputed Era. And then, and Rowe is the smaller of the team. Of War Raiders, at least. But anyway. Yeah, Kyle O'Reilly versus Hanson. Great match. I'm giving my love to Ginny versus Millie McKenzie. Millie McKenzie, this is the first time I've seen her wrestle. Every time we do an indie show on the Indie News, every time Millie McKenzie's on there, I always see a lot of love being thrown at Millie McKenzie, and now I know why. Plus, it's awesome to see Ginny. Ginny is probably one of my new favorite, in WWE or in women's wrestling, period. But to see the two of them had fantastic chemistry, some really hard-hitting moves, some great technical wrestling. I hope Millie McKenzie is potentially a part of the brand a little bit more. I know we were kind of talking about it, and you thought that maybe she was just kind of first-round fodder. Which
she turned out to be.
Which she turned out to be. But I'm hoping that this match was maybe a doorway into her becoming more prominent and having more matches on the brand. And I'm excited to see where Ginny goes because she's fantastic. I think Rhea Ripley last year and Ginny this year have been my that's one of my new favorites. Excited to see more from Ginny. Did you dislike anything?
Oh, I mean, there's always something. Not for any particular reason. I wasn't a fan of Bianca Belair beating Mia Yim. Of course, that's just, that's to keep that whole undefeated shtick going, though.
I'm just glad she didn't say...
Oh, wait, though, next week it'll be all over.
I know it'll happen next week, but...
I mean, I guess that's my biggest complaint. I don't know.
I really didn't...
I don't like Jordan Devlin.
Well, yeah, we haven't liked...
Some about him bugs me.
We haven't liked Jordan Devlin since UK Tournament 1.
Yeah.
So...
Back when he was Razor Toe.
Yeah, when he cut open Danny Burch's head, and we don't know how.
I think I figured it is because he hasn't clipped his toenails in 4 years.
That's gross.
I don't know. There's just something about him. I don't know if it's his demeanor or maybe it's something like the whole thing about he's a tough dude and between the first UK tournament and the second UK tournament, he didn't lose. He went undefeated the entire time between UK tournament 1 and 2, essentially.
And then he lost in tournament 2.
Yeah. Huh. But I mean...
Didn't he go 100-0? He had some ridiculous...
Yeah, but the idea... for me, it's just... I find it so hard to look at this guy and go, oh, here's a dude who has a 100-match winning streak.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't buy into it, and, I don't know. I don't know what it is. But he just he's a disappointment to me.
I think
maybe I was just really let down when they're like, oh, here's the guy who was trained by Finn Balor.
Yeah. See,
what we got was just Finn Balor light.
I will say he's better now than I felt he was in UK 1. So I'm hoping for...
He hasn't cut anybody open with his foot yet.
And that's a big plus. So I'm hoping for a little bit more advancement from him. But yeah, I'm interested to see what he can do with El Ligero next week. So maybe that'll be a breakout moment for him, and hopefully El Ligero beats him because still don't like him. But yeah, no, I really didn't. I didn't really dislike anything. Like it was a solid 4 episodes. I'm excited for War Games. I'm excited for more NXT UK. 205 Live was good. I'm gonna leave it on a positive note this week.
Yeah. Speaking of War Games, our predictions coming up next.
War Games and Survivor Series. So look forward
to
it. Sunday.
Beautiful Fontana Drag Raceway.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Click those links down
below.
There
are so many social media links.
There's also a podcast link.
That's the link that says SoundCloud.
You get this review and all of our regular reviews in podcast form, but you have to stay here if you want predictions because they don't come in podcast form.
No, not at all.
But you should also check out Reasonable Wrestling Fans.
It's reasonable with a W.
Like wrestling. We have a list with Kevin Hawk, Question of the Week with Thomas Wolfe, other videos loosely based around wrestling, and we have an entire playlist of unboxing videos, and most of which are from our friends at Pro Wrestling Crate, where we get cool shirts, not this Finn Balor shirt or this Kevin Owens shirt, but we do get Micro Brawlers, we get Funko Pops, we get Braun, we get other shit. Go check out the whole playlist and find out where we got them. Yeah. We play a game with 8x10s. Go find out.
10 buys.
Go check out. Go tally up who guessed more 8x10s. If you want to do that. Post down in the comments what you're excited for this week for War Games and or Survivor Series. But for now, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
Yeah. If I was a War Games team captain, you know what my team's name would be?
Team Fuck Modus.